Hey everyone, Kirostyle here. Welcome back to Hades. So last time we finished the true ending of the game, which you get from clearing the game 10 times. I really like this game though, and there is an epilogue, so I think I'm going to try to work towards that. However, the epilogue takes a lot of effort. It requires a lot of random encounters, so you got to go through the dungeon many times. You have to make a bond with 6 of the 9 Olympians, and that means giving them 6 nectars and then doing a favor for them to get from 6 to 7 hearts. And these favors are like side quests, and some of them are really RNG dependent, some of them take a lot of time, some of them require a lot of investment. So we'll see how that goes. I also want to continue my romance with Thanatos. I'm just kind of curious how that plays out. I haven't given anyone ambrosia, and I'm at 6 hearts with him right now, so I should be able to progress it to 7 by doing like a little cutscene with him sometime soon. So this video is going to be a lot of little clips spliced together. There's going to be a lot of playing involved, so I'm just going to take the important parts, the cutscenes that I come across, and I'm anticipating it's going to take me quite a bit of time to do this. So these videos are going to be recorded kind of apart from each other, and we'll see when this actually gets finished. Oh, from the last episode, I was also looking at the ending credits again, and I realized that Zagreus' voice actor is also the singing voice for Orpheus, which I find is really surprising because Zagreus has like a deep voice, and like the singing voice that we heard during the credits, which is Orpheus singing, was a bit higher than what I would expect from Zagreus' voice actors, so that's some pretty impressive range. That's pretty cool. I also realized that...
Denied.
Oh, okay, Hades. In order to get Hades' keepsake, you need to give him 2 nectars, and I've only given him 1. That's why I don't have his keepsake. Looks like we have some more decorations.
Laughable.
And he's not here right now, but maybe he'll be here on my next clear. There is a shade that works in, oddly enough, Hades' bedroom. And what he does is you can give him some of your items like darkness and keys and nectar, and he just gives you these badges of honor. They're basically like bragging rights, kind of like the Skelly statues from clearing the dungeon on different levels of heat. They don't really do anything. I guess it's more of a time sink or a resource sink for all those materials once you buy everything else in the game. So I'm not going to really worry about that, but if I get the chance, I'll show you guys as well. Alright, well, I'm going to get some farming done, and I'll record a couple clips here and there of giving people nectar and progressing their stories, and we'll be back. Oh yeah, something else that I wanted to mention that I realized from the last video was I misunderstood the purpose of the flashback in this chamber. I mean, I was a little confused because I thought Zagreus was documenting his own escape attempts, and I think the reason why is because the narrator kept using the words ill-fated attempts and Zagreus' attempts, and I thought he meant attempts at escape. He just meant Zagreus was failing at his attempts to do the paperwork, and so I'm just going to assume that all happened before his first escape, and before he found out about Persephone. So just wanted to clear that up because I know it was a little... People that probably understood it were probably screaming at the video and saying, "Kiro, you're not understanding this!" And so, my bad.
I thank you, my lord Uncle Zeus, for your benevolence and your thunderous might.
You honor me, young man, as well you should, for I am ruler of Olympus, am I not? Such courtesies are shown me constantly, yet I appreciate them all. Nephew, I wanted to mention, it was odd how by every account you'd come quite close to breaking free from there at last of late, only to be abruptly cut off from our contact. I suppose having suffered some ill fate? Perhaps your realm's guardian, Cerberus, is even deadlier than reputed.
I'm here, Meg.
Your mother has returned to us already, Zacharias. And still you're going to keep battling your way out, past me and everything up there. Why?
'Cause the game never ends, Meg.
Father says there's no escape from here, and I like to repeatedly show him he's wrong. Besides, I think getting out there a bit from time to time does me some good.
Sounds like you found yourself a steady line of work. Most jobs just need doing. If this one gives you some fulfillment, stick to it. Now come on.
Oh, that's pretty nice of you to say, Meg. I knew you'd understand.
I have returned.
Good to be working with you in a more official capacity, Zag. Shall we get started?
Yeah, let's get started.
Think you can beat me?
Occasionally, yes.
That's settled.
No.
You're not too bad at this.
Okay, you're not. Oh, I thought I was gonna run away again. Oh, never mind. He did run away. Well, maybe I'll see him back at the house.
Lord Hermes, sir, you fast for nothing in return, and so please take this humble offering, because it's nothing, really.
Well, no, that's awful kind there, Cuz. No need to thank me, though. Not so profusely, anyhow. That chill you were expecting from the air, that wasn't Demeter this time here, boss. No, that was just me whisking to you in a flash. Makes for a little pleasant breeze, I think.
Majesty.
Look, Eurydice, I promise not to bother you with this each time, but you should know your husband's shattered by what happened with the two of you. He's genuinely sorry, and he loves you very deeply still, I'm sure of it.
And what am I supposed to do with that, Your Royal Majesty?
I don't know yet. Though you know what? You shouldn't take my word for it. You should take his.
Don't think I'll be running into him anytime soon, from what I understand. But you're the Hades kid. You want to pull some strings on our behalf? Go right ahead, I guess. But I won't hold my breath. Even if I could. Sure thing.
Wow, that's good.
See, I'm torn because I want to help Orpheus and Eurydice, but nectar is not very easy to come by right now, and I need a lot of it to get that epilogue. Sorry, Eurydice.
Bye.
Bye.
A little offering for you, good Lady Demeter. I'm deeply grateful for your willingness to aid me in all this.
I must acknowledge and accept your thoughtful gift of nectar, Zacharias. Would that the mortals showed deference thus. I see the noble king of the Olympians has reached you prior to me, Zacharias. I wonder which of all his many lies he's told you last.
So, Zeus and Demeter don't really get along, I guess.
You must take pleasure in having to fight against me, Short One. I too have come to look forward to it, even if I end up falling to your strength.
Oh, I was going to say I'd much prefer we settle this more amicably, couldn't we? Perhaps I could interest you in a fine bottle of nectar. Ambrosia, even.
Yeah, I want to become friends with you too, Asterius.
No thank you. These battles are enough. Besides, you won that ambrosia from us, fair and square.
That is true, you guys are the ones that give it to me.
For you, Lady Athena, without whom I would assuredly be lost.
This is an unexpected gesture, cousin. I do appreciate it, though please do not feel obliged. I offer you my friendship, not alone to be repaid. The goddess Nyx has indicated you possess a list of prophecies from the three fates. I've such a list upon Olympus here. It seems to be connected to your own, as several prophecies already are fulfilled. Isn't it such an honor to urge fate along?
Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna start giving nectar to Patroclus, Eurydice, and Sisyphus, because I don't really encounter them that much, and it's just gonna be more farming in the long run.
would you waste a proper vintage on the likes of me? Questions that are better left unanswered, I would guess.
If this eases your burden even for a little while, then it's in good hands as far as I'm concerned.
So, stranger, how goes willful disobedience of late? Would that I, too, had it within me to defy the gods.
Well, you know it's going. That I've been able to make it this far means I'm getting somewhere, I suppose. No thanks to all your brethren in Elysium.
No use trying to reason with my brethren here. Many of the shades whom you've encountered, why, I watched them throw away their lives when they were men. Yet still they seek to prove to one another and themselves that they are great warriors.
Oh, that's cute. I've been avoiding Kiro on this run because I'm saving my money, so I didn't realize that Zagreus actually was going to thank him for riding them both back to Hades' house. That's pretty nice.
It's quite alright, I don't mind the walk.
Thanks, buddy.
Looks like the realm needs some adjustment still.
Confronting you like this. It's different now. Still, it is responsibility just as before. There is to be no escape from my realm. Ultimately, I must see to that myself.
That's the spirit, Father. As for me, I find the candor of our interactions here to be rather refreshing, I must say. Especially the interactions between my weapons and your physique. You're tough, but you're an easy target.
And you are scrawny, though slippery, blast you. All that pent-up rage behind your smiling words. Come, unleash it once again. I expect you to go all out. To the death.
Aw, some father-son bonding time.
To the death.
You bested me, I'll grant you, Zagreus. You fought well.
Aw, he's being
Say hi to Hypnos for me.
a lot nicer to me.
In my father's name.
In my father's name, I have vanquished my father. Let's go fishing.
Come forth, fishes.
I want to show what the cutscene looked like when you beat Hades after having done the true ending.
Come on out. I caught a bass.
Nice. I think. I'm not sure.
Blood.
Do I get to still walk to Persephone's house, or what happens here?
Thus, having once more gained at the surface of his grim-faced father's realm beneath the earth, resourceful Zagreus makes his way toward the one-time abode of radiant Persephone. It is a journey of considerable distances, which he has already completed many times, and which has always ended in the same result. So, imagine he made it there with just time enough to water the crops and tidy up a bit before... Again!
Aw. It's kind of sad that he just has to die anyways, instead of turning back or anything like that. But he watered the crops, that's nice. So I guess you don't get to go to Persephone's house anymore, you just see a cutscene.
I'm sure Mother's cottage is perfectly fine.
Like a written cutscene, I guess.
What? Wait, so what's all this about you working here? I thought they fired you and that was why you left.
Hypnos, you think all these times I've died, it's because I was upset I was let go from a miserable job?
Why else?
Well done.
I was looking all over for you.
What do you mean? We were just with each other.
Were you able to make it to my cottage on the surface, Zagreus? I hope my lavender patches are doing all right.
I couldn't make it all the way there, Mother. It's like, without your presence on the surface, I'm unable to hang on for very long at all.
Hey, but the narrator said I made it.
Ah, I was afraid of that. Well, don't despair. I placed a charm upon my seedlings there that ought to keep them flourishing well on their own. Your duty now is simply to escape. You keep it up.
Well, it's good to know that I'm not escaping and dying for the sake of just some plants.
I will. Thank you, Mother.
Wait, I can't give you more nectar? But I want your keepsake.
Father, have you ever considered that Orpheus might be much better as a court musician if you permitted him to see his muse again?
I have considered many possibilities, boy. And I trust Orpheus considered many possibilities before he signed away his rights to see his so-called muse when once he invaded my realm.
So you're forcing him to stay here for eternity just because he signed a contract with you?
Contracts with me are binding, until such time as they dig themselves out of the archives and tear themselves up. And I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Who knows? They might surprise you. What is this?
Oh, so now that I beat Hades an additional time after getting the true ending, I can buy extremer measures, which unlocks the last tier of extreme measures, which basically gives Hades a third phase after I beat him. I think I might start buying more furnishings because I started accruing more gems after I buy maybe these two. Because I saw that you can get like a little pet rug and a toy for Cerberus, and that's just so cute. You can also get like an extra exit from the lounge that goes to the other hallway. And you need gems to progress Deuce's friendship anyways. Plus it appears that most of these things that I want cost diamonds, and so the things that cost gems are not really things I need. They're just fun things, I guess.
I must confess something to you, my friend. My mind still wanders to Eurydice quite often, and my memories of her, despite my best attempts to move along with my existence here. I would call it a fatal flaw, except I am already dead.
Don't torture yourself, mate. You've been through enough, as has she. You still care for one another, just don't have a way to get the point across. But I have an idea.
I too once had ideas, Zagreus. Ideas and inspirations. It was so very wonderful to have a muse.
I know.
Oh, Thanatos.
Mother, is there something I can do to help with all of this? I spend too much time away from the house. Please, let me know.
You are already doing what you can to help, my son. Continue doing so. Matters are at stake here concerning you and all of us. Your support and choices in this shape the outcome that shall come to pass.
I understand, and I will do my best. Thank you for taking care of everything. I have every faith in you, Mother, and in this house. Farewell.
No! Don't leave, I need to give you ambrosia.
Farewell.
I never thought I'd see the Queen again. I still can't quite believe she's back. And staying? Is that really your doing?
It's her doing, not mine. So you know her. Because you could have told me about her, who she was to me.
Don't know her all that well. But I do know Nyx. And I've been bound to secrecy as part of my oath to this house. I flay oathbreakers and liars, Zagreus. Wouldn't do for me to be no better than them now, would it?
No, I suppose not. So what does this mean for Nyx now that she's back? Or for you, for that matter?
The Queen always gave Nyx her space. Your father, though. I don't know what it'll be like for him if she decides to stick around this time.
Hope to find out. Miss Dusa, I ran into hostile Gorgons that resembled you out there in Asphodel. Resembled only in the vaguest sense, I mean. They lacked your charm or social graces anyway. I just hope you are not related, since I sort of, you know.
Oh, those old things? They're relatives just in the loosest sense. Like, say you had some nasty, almost mindless siblings born entirely from your own blood, something like that. Do you have any idea how hard it was to get a steady job because of them?
I guess I never thought of it that way, Dusa.
So I have your permission to continue hacking down such Gorgons with impunity?
Oh yes, absolutely. Really? Thanks for asking, Prince.
Here's what I caught lately.
Ooh.
Seems fair enough.
Nice ambrosia for a bass. Pretty good.
Within the recesses of the administrative chamber lies the elder sigil of the Master's House, a symbol of the fate given authority to rule beneath the earth, and means by which to travel the entirety of all that dark domain.
Could never get that blasted thing to work for me.
I think this thing is involved in Chaos and Nyx's friendship quests. You can unlock its use.
Lord Ares, I honor you for all the strength you've given me to overcome my foes.
Such a splendid offering to me. How very thoughtful there, my king. I am taken aback, though I accept. Perhaps you know a god called Thanatos. The two of us are very close associates, you know. Do give him my best wishes should you see him soon. I wonder what monstrosities await you near the surface, little Hades. There's your father's terrifying hellhound, for one thing. Ah, well, I'm sure you'll find a way to sail past whatever's in your way.
The son of Hades, I sensed what I would call a sort of shift within your father's residence. Did something noteworthy occur, perhaps? Respond.
Master Chaos, it's Persephone, my mother. She's returned. She's chosen to return. So, things feel different, certainly, with her around, although I didn't feel any sort of shift.
You may not sense these shifts as I. The lightness of this space bends and adjusts with time. What you describe, it must have been the cause. I trust the occasion is a welcome one, and I am pleased that you returned nevertheless.
Aw, that's nice of you to say, Chaos.
That's who I think it is.
Hey.
Oh my, you're really giving that to me there, Prince? But I'm just... Why would you...
You better believe it, sir. Now you take care. Be seeing you around.
So all this time, Prince, when you were battling up to the surface and all that, you were searching for her, weren't you? The Queen?
I was. Although, between us, sir, it's important that you keep that one a secret, please. Did you happen to meet her ever?
Well, just the one time, briefly, when your father decided to put me here. And you have my word, of course, about the surface stuff.
Thanks, Sisyphus.
Then here you go.
Cheers, mate. Charon, as I know you serve the realm, I just wanted to say I look forward to continuing to work with you in a somewhat more official capacity. I'll still be breaking out of here like always, but, well, you've probably heard. Appreciate your support.
Thanks, Charon.
Stand aside. Although, I guess the whole point of this job is that you're meant to try to stop me anyway, isn't that right? Hermes, my friend. May I call you my friend? I hope this modest offering will lift your spirits but won't slow you down.
I look like I've got the sort of time to sit next to Cuz. Well, guess what? I do. So cheers. Not that I really know exactly what you're up to, Cuz, but if I did, I don't think anybody in Olympus is aware of it. Or, if they are, they're keeping their mouths shut, the same as me.
Thanks, Hermes. I appreciate it.
My Lady Artemis, this is nothing next to all your grace and favor.
Hey, wait, this is an offering for me? Oh, that's very kind, though. Let's get back to hunting now, okay?
Is that all you think about?
I'm with you every step till you arrive here, Zagreus. Then I will probably ignore you like the rest. Just warning you ahead of time, alright?
Okay, Artemis.
Face, I got to tell you, I cannot believe that little Artemis is hanging out with you. She doesn't hang with anybody, man. But I digress. Take this.
Ah, a means to drown my sorrows temporarily. That's good. And rather kind of you, I have to say.
It's nothing. Thank you for not trying to slay me where I stand and boast about it, like seemingly everyone else around here.
Tell me, stranger, if it pleases you. How is it you keep running into me? I thought this the remotest corner of Elysium.
The ever-shifting chambers of the underworld leave quite a bit to chance. I took our meetings merely for coincidence.
When chance is too far-fetched to be believed, then it's the fates at play. Or something else. I don't know whether to believe you, but I know that I want you to leave me now.
Oh, don't be like that.
Thanks, sir.
Take care.
If that's your choice, then.
Ah, at last. Few others in Elysium are so unwise to take up arms against Asterius and myself.
Think you can beat me this time, Father?
Remember, I can always get here much, much faster than you. You tell no one at the house. Do you hear me?
It's a bit late.
You win, boy.
By my father's name.
That was a spicy fight. Didn't really have good boons on that one. I didn't have any debuffs except for Doom, which isn't a really good one for taking advantage of the privileged status.
Once more, tenacious Zagreus achieves his lofty goal. And just as every time before, except with some sort of new twist of fate, perhaps, he goes a little distance, then he dies.
That's such a sad way to put it. Just beat Hades and then turn around and go back. That'd probably be easier.
Wonder if I can get out even faster.
I'm up. Oh, it's you. Just come on in. You're on the list.
See you, Hypnos.
Welcome home, boy.
Aw, thanks.
Persephone, my queen. It has been far too long. Although the passing of the time was very kind, it is an honor to see you again.
It's about time you said welcome back to her, Nyx. Come on.
Oh, please, Nyx. No formalities between us, right? It's wonderful to see you too, my friend. The days there on the surface, they were very different, but the nights... I was reminded of our times together here.
Good times, I trust.
Good times, most certainly. I try not to remember the others.
We are pleased to have you back. Although it shall be a difficult adjustment for you once again, I fear. For all of us.
Well, having built a little house all by myself up there, I think I'm up for anything. You know what it's like.
Yeah, she built that entire house. That was not there before.
I do.
Bet you're happy to see Mother home again, huh, boy? Only wish you could have told me about her before.
The hell-born monster Cerberus contentedly ignores the prince's callous, inconsiderate remark.
Hey! More pets are certainly in order here.
Still can't give you another nectar.
Father, all these shades, aren't they going to let on that Mother's back? What if word spreads and the Olympians find out?
You are so well accustomed to defying me that you forget there are no others, either living or dead, who would so dare. None in this house shall speak of this until we are prepared to make any announcements on our own terms.
Sounds like you've got it all under control.
I am one of the very few defiant ones.
Hey, Orpheus. I take it you know all about the time I burned my father's hands to a crisp the moment I was born. He grasped me by the feet, and they caught fire. And that's why he still wears those fancy rings, to cover up the hideous scar tissue.
You're a pretty good storyteller, Zagreus.
But that is such a splendid tale, Zagreus, deserving to be sung both far and wide until it turns into the stuff of myth, as deathless as the gods themselves. I'll gladly tell that one about.
Great.
Your Highness, I was just making the rounds again.
Bye, Dusa.
Please take these, will you, Chef? We're settled up.
Achilles.
Achilles, if a friend of yours were in need of assistance, but the only way you could assist them was to somehow change the terms of an ancient pact Father probably forced on them, what would you do?
I would be very careful, above all. Do you understand, lad? I would not wish to make things any worse. How many pacts such as the one you're thinking of are buried back in the administrative chamber there? Even your father can't keep track. Although, perhaps Nyx can.
Nyx, you're right. She knows everything. Wouldn't hurt to ask her, I suppose.
Just watch yourself.
Except I have to leave the underworld, go through the entire dungeon again, then come back before I'm able to ask her, huh?
There must be some unconquerable force or foe awaiting you just at the border of your realm and ours. We cannot even see it through a shroud of darkness there. I shall make certain that your family knows it may take considerable time to surpass. So fear not, for we are patient here.
And I'll really appreciate that patience, Athena. I will need it.
This wise goddess Athena has imbued you with her charms, I see, those son of Hades. Perhaps to her, you are a tool with which your broken family may yet be mended.
You bear the blessing of Athena, yes? She would protect you from your enemies, whilst I would rather that you slay them and be done.
Let's see. You blundered headlong into danger for the past 6 chambers or more, and you made such a racket I could almost hear it from Olympus. I have to say your hunting skills are rather unconventional.
Lovely.
Heard rumblings about some news back at your daddy's house, Redblood. So his illustrious abducted queen, she's come back home?
Wait, how do you even know all that? And should you really be talking about the Queen that way?
Yeah, how dare you talk about Mom like that?
I don't answer to her. She can come and go as she wants for all I care. But you want to know who can't? Yeah, you.
Good one, Electo. Oh no. They're making me choose between Nectar and Eurydice. I'm running out of Nectar really fast, so I haven't given Eurydice a second one, so I think I'll do that, but I might have to hold off on Eurydice, Sisyphus, and Patroclus for a while if I want to get that epilogue.
Hey, you. Just the ingredient I needed, hun. Thank you so much. You know, you weren't near as bad as I'd heard.
Oh, don't worry, we're still getting to know each other. Plenty of time for me to live up to my notorious reputation. Though I'm surprised you've heard of me at all.
No.
Eurydice, can I ask you for a favor here? Not that you owe me anything, but would you hear me out?
Yeah, I just gave you Nectar, come on.
Yeah, sure, hun. What is it? Though you'd better not be asking for my recipes. Closely guarded family secret. I'd say I'd take them to my grave, but yeah.
It's not your recipes, though they are wonderful. It's your song. I'm sure it'd be a hit around the house, and I know someone who really needs to hear it. Don't suppose you've got a parchment copy I could have?
Your Royal Majesty, you want my song? You are aware it's called Good Riddance, right? But sure, why not? If music's gonna be playing in your house, it might as well be great. And let me give you something to go with it.
So she doesn't realize that I'm giving it to Orpheus. Like, I've mentioned him. He is the musician at my house, even if he doesn't sing that much. Oh, thanks.
For you.
Thanks so much.
Careful, hon.
I don't suppose... No. It is nothing, little sprout. It's just... I hear such wicked rumors now and then about my daughter. Lost to me. And what became of her. Kore, we called her then. Persephone is what she called herself. Before she vanished utterly. Leaving no trace.
Oh, so Persephone went by a different name previously.
Another message here. It says 1 small spoon dried oregano, 2 spoons extra virgin olive oil, 1 large onion, minced, a dash of salt to taste. Wait, this isn't for you. Though you should try it sometime if you ever make it out.
Hey Zach, ever see a fellow by the name of Olympus down there? You ever heard of him? I bet you have. And I have had a funny thought, a little jest that maybe we could try if you'd be up to have a little harmless fun.
Harmless fun at the expense of Orpheus? You have my full and complete attention, Dionysus.
I'm glad you're on board for this, Zagreus.
That chap comes up with the most smashing songs, so I was thinking maybe we could spin him a tall tale, something like how maybe you and I, like, we're connected or something. He'll buy it. Tell him for me, yeah?
My crusty elder brother Hades must have tried to poison you against us lot. I can imagine it clear as water, nephew. I'm proud that you've resisted his undoubtedly most twisted words. My good sister Demeter already tried to poison you against me, as I understand, young man. Oh, foster sister, she prefers, I say, loath as she is to accept her role as part of our great family.
Well, amazed because you're kind of a jerk, Zeus. Also, I've never mentioned this before, but I kind of like the design of how his beard looks like a bunch of clouds. That's pretty smart.
Tisiphone.
Murder! Murder! Murder!
I don't understand. But I'm not who you think I am. My father sent you to stop me, that's all.
Murderer! Murderer!
I heard a certain someone's back at home with you down there now, cuz. I call it wonderful news, except it isn't news. At least not yet. Though if the time comes that you want to spread the word, just give the signal here.
You're a cool bro, Hermes. Thanks for keeping the secret.
The act of sorcery often ends in an untimely death and an eternity in Tartarus for careless souls, though some are able to perfect the trade and take up permanent residence elsewhere.
I'm sure the Witch's Circle will reconvene soon enough.
After my daughter Kore disappeared, I left this mountaintop. Wandered the earth in search. For naught, of course. It was a necessary journey, I suppose. May yours fare better.
Hydra, I feel like we're just not getting through to one another here. Rematch, then.
You are more skilled than I expected, short one. A rematch is most certainly in order.
You're going to force a rematch each time I manage to defeat you, aren't you?
We and our victories are all impermanent here in Elysium. We live, such as it is, for moments such as these.
Just keep waiting here, I guess. Although... Oh. Here in Elysium you have to win this stuff, so I have rarely had occasion to enjoy it. Thanks.
I'd say you earned it more than anybody else I've seen around here lately. Though I don't make the rules.
You mentioned something of your parentage, stranger. I have a question on that subject, if you please.
I please, sir. What's your question? Ask away.
Your father must have records of the dead. So I was wondering if you might do me a favor and look up the whereabouts of someone I once knew.
Is it Achilles?
You've done a lot for me. The least I can do is ask around. Who is it that you're looking for?
I seek one called Achilles. Was rather famous once among the living, but among the dead, who knows? I thought he would be here, but he is not.
Oh, so you didn't drink from the river Lethe and lost your memory. You do remember him.
Achilles? I've heard the name before. And, can I ask why you wish to know of him, in case it happens to come up?
You know, like, if it was me, I'd just be like, hey, yeah, I know Achilles, he's my friend. But I like how Zagreus has learned to be a bit more secretive and hold his tongue until he finds out all the information. It's probably a good thing. Although, me as a gamer, it's like, well, I know Patroclus is his friend, and I think he and Achilles were lovers, and I know that it's going to be a pain in the butt to come back and find Patroclus again.
It's just, I simply miss him, stranger. That is all.
You again? Upon my word, the fiend again darkens these halls. Alas, Asterius, it seems I was mistaken and he hasn't learned his lesson after all.
And what's this lesson that I ought to have learned? Is it to always slay you first, since you're so damn insufferable all the time?
Your lesson, monster, is to never, ever take up arms against those favored by the gods themselves. You shall never see the light of day as I once did. No offense, Asterius.
Geez, Theseus, you're always so annoying. Do you ever get better?
I don't think I'll ever get accustomed to the breeze.
You'll go not one step farther past this threshold, boy. Now. For a student of Achilles, I fear that you surpassed even his skill by now. Let's do this again.
In the name of someone very sore right now.
Having already seen the splendid cottage of Persephone sufficient times, the stubborn underworld prince nevertheless attempts to go there once again, although his memory of it shall have to do.
Feels like it's been a while, everybody.
Oh! There's no escape, in case you hadn't heard.
I just got back shortly before you did.
What a coincidence.
Tell me something, boy. Zagreus. Why did you do all this? Return the queen. Go to such lengths. At a certain point, you must have learned the way I felt about her. Yet still you persisted. If I were you, I'd not have done me any favors.
I didn't often stop to give it much thought. I just knew I needed to find her. And then as soon as I did, I knew I needed her in my life. In other words, doing you any favors was never a priority, Father. Just ended up that way, I guess.
I see. I appreciate your candor. Nevertheless, I thank you. I do not know how you accomplished what you did, but know that I am grateful for the outcome, even if I fail to act like it much of the time.
Aw, Dad.
You're welcome.
Ooh, I unlocked this infinity gauge. Can I give you nectar next time? Oh, yay. Not this time, huh?
You're much too modest, Lord Achilles, for someone with such a number of heroic deeds and glorious decapitations to his name. You ought to be more like ever boastful Zagreus and talk it up some more.
Oh, fear not, Orpheus. I was quite boastful in my day. And would you look at where it got me? Besides, I've not the imagination to come up with tales as tall as those of our Prince Zagreus.
What can I say? I try.
Cerberus is busily considering upon what else to gnaw.
Well, I can finally buy this. So this unlocks the last tier of extreme measures, which gives Hades a third phase. Plus, he also summons mini-boss enemies instead of like regular enemies as adds, which is really bad. He also gets new moves and those like green vase things that break and make hands come out and grab you. There's always like 2 on the field, even if you break them. Ugh, it sounds like it's gonna be a pain. I don't know if I'm gonna do extreme measures Hades, but let's unlock it.
I think we'll go with this. If my father can be even more frustrating, that's something I have to see.
Oh, you are in for it now, boy.
Careful what you wish for, Zagreus.
Nyx, I encountered Demeter. She mentioned her daughter, Persephone. You never said she was my grandmother. Didn't you think, under the circumstances, that was something I should know?
Don't you already know that, Zagreus? There's been a couple times Persephone mentioned her mother. Did she ever mention her by name? Or did you just not make that connection?
Listen to me, child. What you know or do not know is for your protection. Your protection and your birth mother's as well. Your suspicion and your curiosity are warranted, but I can do no more about them now, except to caution you. Are we understood?
Yes, we're understood. Here's all I caught. Totally worth it.
Checked the contracts, cleared the ledgers, set the tables, washed the windows.
Did Dionysus truly visit you before? He tends to seek out revelry, not conflict. I'm pleased to know he's making himself useful here.
Okay, so I turned on extreme measures for both Meg and the Hydra, so we'll see how this goes. I have the spear though, and the spear is probably one of my best weapons. I also got the Daedalus upgrade that makes it so my regular attacks shoot 3 spears. And I also have Dionysus' buffs that make it so that I do hangover to enemies, and I deal more damage if 3 or more enemies have a hangover. And there are 3 Fury Sisters, so maybe this will work out. But I did take away my double dash from the Mirror of Night because I'm trying to fill out Fated Prophecy, so I hope that's not too detrimental.
My sisters and I, we've had a chance to talk, and we have come to an agreement, Zagreus, as you can see.
Megara, Tiss, you ready?
Tiss. Oh, that's a cute nickname.
Murderer.
How do you ever talk to your sister if that's all she says?
3 against 1. Doesn't seem all that sporting now, does it?
Or age well past the need for any sport. We'll kill you, whatever it takes. Your knees, no.
So I have to kill Meg, because she's the main boss. The other 2 are kind of just like ads, I guess, right? I guess we'll see what they do. Doesn't seem too bad yet. Oh, okay, never mind. Maybe losing my dash was not a great idea. I really need Hermes to come help me. Oh, hey, girls. Oh, are they taking turns? Where's Meg? Oh, okay, never mind. I thought she swapped out with her sister. They're just here to do extra additional attacks. Well, that's not great. Ah! Is that poison? No, it's not poison. Yeah, I have deflecting dash though, that's good. I'm taking a lot more damage than I would like though. It's a good thing she has less health than the other bosses. Hydra and Theseus and Mysterious. We just left when Meg died. Okay, good to know. I can handle that. Let's see how the Hydra does.
The time has come. Figured you'd be up to have another of our little contests. Now let's go.
Thanks, Stan. He's making it like a little sport or competition now instead of being all passive-aggressively trying to help me. That's sweet. Well, first I'll say hi to Than. Talk to me.
Fast, I'll give you that.
Talk to me. Okay. Bye. I'll give you nectar anyways.
Ever since we met, Lord Hermes, life here in the underworld has been much faster paced, and I am ever grateful. This is for you.
Hey boss, I appreciate the tip, but just as a reminder, all my services are paid in full already. No need for special thanks. Though, cheers.
Paid in full? Who's paying you?
I can't believe you got into a fight with my professional associate and you after something, cuz. Just about everybody that I know, they're all at least a little bit afraid of that one on his boat, yet you think you can take him, huh?
Yeah, he kind of beat me up.
You must forgive the Lady Demeter her scornfulness, nephew, for she is still recovering after the sudden disappearance of her daughter. Though it was quite some time ago, the girl, poof, just vanished. I try to lighten up the mood around it every now and then, but no, a sore spot still.
Zeus, are you forgetting you're the one that spirited her away to the underworld? Don't play dumb with me. Okay, now we're taking on the Hydra with extreme measures. I believe that when you take on extreme measures Hydra, you fight him in like a donut island, so he's in the middle, and when he summons his other heads, they can detach and chase you around so they're not stuck in the lava. So hopefully my triple spear attack really helps me here, and my ability to deal more damage if I hang over more people. Oh, this is really different.
This is not the deadly Hydra chamber I expected.
Island is too small. His health is going down really fast though, but I don't know if that's a good thing. Maybe I'm just very strong. Very small chamber though, I don't like it. I have deflecting dash too, that helps for all these range attacks. Oh my god, there's so much going on. This isn't too bad, I think. I could have sworn that I read that the heads chase you around.
Back to wherever your neck went.
Wherever your neck went. But then maybe it changes depending on which Hydra head is the middle one, because his moves do change. I had another bad Hydra run off camera earlier where I basically had the middle head was spawning so many of those skeleton enemies, and they were all armored, and there were like 5 of them chasing me around. Those skeletons did more damage to me than the Hydra itself.
Is that the blood-like stain of pomegranate on you, Zagreus? A hardy fruit resistant to a winter's chill. How fascinating they survive down there.
Fancy running into you again so soon, Patroclus. I've been seeing you a lot lately. I didn't get a chance to talk to Achilles about you because he was talking to Orpheus. Well, might as well give you some nectar.
You owe me neither time nor generosity, and certainly not this. But if you truly have no better use for it...
It's not a matter of oh, sir. Please open your mind to the possibility, nay, the fact that there are those who care about your well-being. Say, isn't that the Lethe right nearby? You've been through so much, don't you ever... You could just drink deeply of the river of forgetfulness and be done with, no?
It has been rather tempting, yes. And I have taken sips from time to time. But I've some memories I'm not quite ready to give up on yet.
But if you take sips of it from time to time, how do you figure out what you forget? And you wouldn't know afterwards, there's no guarantee. It's kind of scary if you think about it that way.
Thank you, sir.
Makes little difference, I should think.
Crisp, cold air.
Come show your father what you've learned of late. Do not hold back. With your youth comes a certain strength, it seems. I'll get you yet.
I did it. Homies would be proud.
I'm getting better at this.
Reflecting on his victory, Prince Zagreus observes how death can take hold in so many different ways. At times quite slowly, and at other times...
Zagreus is pretty tough. I mean, he's died so many times, but he just takes it like a champ.
Showed you that time, father.
I'm up. Just keeping watch over the pull of sticks there, same as always.
All right, Hypnos.
Oh, he's not here. I wanted to give him nectar.
I got you something, Orpheus. It's a new song. From someone who still cares for you.
Hey. We didn't tell Eurydice that we were giving the song to Orpheus. We just said we wanted the song.
My friend, you wrote a song for me. Oh, but this is not from you, it's from... Eurydice. No. I don't know what to say.
Take all the time you need, mate.
Nyx isn't here either. Everyone's gone.
So, Zagreus, how's it going with that pact of punishment you signed? You've made some meaningful improvements to the underworld.
Yeah, reunited you with your sisters.
I'll fight my way out of this place or earn it. The pact is nothing to me other than a way to keep things lively.
What a boss, Zagreus.
You are delusional. I'll never understand you or your father. Anyway, if you're looking for more punishment, you know where to find me.
I do indeed. Trade you these horrid things.
Ooh, look at all that nectar.
Oh, thank you.
It's fantastic. The fishing was a good investment. Where is everyone?
How fare your labors, lad? You have a certain look about you. Everything all right?
It's just... Within Elysium, I happened on a shade who said he knew you. Said he misses you. Do you know a Patroclus, sir?
What? Yes. I knew Patroclus. Is he all right?
I don't know. He seemed like he's known better times than these. Is there something I should say to him if I run into him again?
Please send him my regards. And all my love. I think of him always. But I cannot see him any longer. And you mustn't ask me why, do you understand? Now, leave me be, please, lad. I need some time.
Take care then, sir.
Danny!
So between us, all you're attempting to break out of here, over and over, you're now authorized to keep that up? Exposing weaknesses in underworld security, huh?
Something like that. I guess I've gotten pretty decent about escaping from a place that's known for being inescapable. Lets me keep in touch with the other side of the family, work with you from time to time.
I have to say, I never thought I'd hear you talking about looking forward to working, Zag. You feeling all right? Spending too much time on the surface, maybe?
Oh, I'm feeling fine. I never thought I was much good at anything, but if my fated purpose is to be a master of frustrating father's efforts to make everything strictly perfect, I think I'm okay with that.
That's one way to put it, Zagreus.
Well then, I'll be looking forward to working with you in a more official capacity, even if we're still supposed to keep it all under wraps, for sake of appearances. See you out there.
Bye, Than.
Yeah, come say hi more often. I gotta give you ambrosia.
Should check the garden.
Oh.
Well, be that as it may. If they pester you at all, do let me know and I shall have them dealt with quickly.
Oh, Hades. I think the shades around here have been through enough as it is. I don't mind them. After all the time I spent on my own, having some company has been a welcome change.
You are certain all your needs have been provided for? Because if there's anything that you require...
Require? Look at this place, Hades. Look at me. I have everything. And so do you. Try not to worry quite so much. And be patient with your son. That's all I ask.
Persephone, I cannot promise you such things. They're not my strengths. Besides, I have a reputation to uphold. God of the dead. If the wretches do not fear me, or you for that matter, what then?
I'm not going to tell you how to balance your work, your marriage, and your parental responsibilities. I don't think anybody on Olympus or below knows quite how best to manage that. So long as we do our best.
Why, nephew, you procured the rod of fishing, I detect. Fine handiwork, if I say so myself. Its line is nigh invisible, and causes denizens of my domain to flock to it like mortals to temples of mine. Good fortune with that thing.
Tell me something, son of Hades. If the one who called himself Persephone is back, then why do you continue to return? Respond.
Master Chaos, it seems I've developed something of a talent around breaking out of here. Or there, I mean, the underworld. So, it's become more of an official role for me, I guess. If escape shouldn't be possible, then someone needs to find the gaps.
Indeed. You shall visit with me still, despite accomplishing the principal object of your journey when first we met. Good.
Aw, Chaos just misses us.
Hi, you three.
You ready, Megara? Persephone? Let's go.
I never could have come this far this quickly had it not been for your tireless support, Lord Hermes, sir. I'm in your debt.
You know, Cuz, I gotta say I had a few concerns when we first met, your father being who he is and all. But you're alright.
Thanks, Hermes.
Happy to be in the area, boss. Seeing as the mortal folk up here keep dying off, and someone's gotta bring their souls down to your domain now, don't they?
And darn those humans, how dare they keep dying.
May this small offering bring you some joy there on Olympus, Lady Demeter. Thank you for all your help.
A conscientious gift, my little sprout, and I am grateful for your generosity. A bit of nectar cut straight through the cold, I say. The frost-bitten horn which you bear once overflowed. It holds a certain power still, of course. But never again shall mortal kind take it for granted.
Bone Hydra, how come we never talk?
Where are you now, I wonder? Just the relief from misery that I was looking for. A fleeting feeling, really, but I'll take a fleeting feeling over none.
That's both very dejected and very astute of you to say. Take care of yourself, will you?
Something the matter there, stranger? Or have you come to torment me some more with idle chat?
You know Achilles, don't you, sir? You're Patroclus. Achilles serves us at my home. He trained me. He sends you his regards and love. He says to tell you he is thinking of you always.
That name. So then you've seen him, have you? In your father's house? And want me to believe he said all that? You'll forgive me if I am a little skeptical. In life, I left Achilles, and in death, he left me. We're even. And we've nothing left to say to one another now.
Huh.
But that can't possibly be true. There must be some misunderstanding here. You haven't spoken since you died?
I need to look up the mythology behind Achilles and Patroclus.
We haven't, no. And I don't think we shall. But you can humor him for me, I guess. Tell him I'm doing perfectly all right, won't you?
No, you are definitely not alright, Patroclus.
Our sworn enemy! Face us, filth! However many times it takes, until you cannot stand it any longer! Take this!
Got here as quickly as I could.
I thought you might arrive right about now. Then let us have our fight. I failed to you again. How? You're quite strong.
There. In the name of someone very sore right now.
The master of this realm, Lord Hades, states that death is inescapable. There is considerable credence to his claim.
I'm back. Huh. What happened to Hypnos?
Cerberus is preoccupied with scratching and biting at himself.
You reached the surface.
Nix, you don't suppose Charon would hold it against me if we had a little fight? To the death, I mean.
Just asking for a friend, you know, it's not like, you know, I was thinking of picking a fight with him or anything.
None of Charon's brothers ever dared fight with him whilst growing up. Why would you fathom such a ruinous idea, child?
It kind of already happened. And I can confirm he's rather strong. Something I can do to make it up to him.
Probably not, for it is unnecessary. Likely he appreciates having an adversary in his own way. Few would so much as dare.
So Charon would enjoy fighting me?
A friendly rivalry it is then.
Okay, I'll take it.
I think you'd best be on your way right now. You understand me, Zagreus?
Oh, you no longer have exclamation marks over your head for
Hi.
talking to me.
I'm just keeping busy here, like always, Prince.
Alright, I'm off.
I ran out of things to say.
Freshly caught, just for you, Chef.
Ooh, thanks, Chef.
Pleasure doing business.
Let's buy more nectar.
What's new? I'll take it.
Need as much nectar as I can get. Can I give one to Dad?
I should check the garden.
Where is he? Oh, here he is. Oh, he's talking though. I can't give him anything.
Oh, come on, Hades. Mortals are much more resilient than that. What, you think they'll show up at your gates here all at once? They have our family looking out for them.
That is what I'm afraid of. Do you truly believe my brothers and the rest shall take the sort of care of them while they draw breath, as we do here after they have expired?
It's true we have to look out for them indefinitely, while Olympus need only look out for them for a little while. But our relatives are always watching from their mountain. And if they do turn a blind eye once in a while, mortals aren't bad at fending for themselves.
But they are never satisfied, always begging us to provide more and more.
They like us, Hades. They praise us, tell one another about us. What do you expect? Would you rather they forgot about us?
No. No, I suppose not. But they need us.
Well, we need them.
Can I give you a gift? Hey, Dad. 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 Hey, Dad. Dad? Dad. Dad, 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 Dad. Fine. No alcohol for you.
Hey, listen a moment, lad. I require your discretion with regards to whom we spoke about last time. The Shade you met with in Elysium.
I understand. What can I do about this, sir? There must be something. But you have to let me know what's going on.
Simply put, he is the reason that I'm here. Patroclus lost his life before I did, because of me. I shortly followed, in a rage. When I arrived here, I received a hero's welcome. Your father himself ushered me to Elysium. But that's not what I wanted.
You wanted to see Patroclus, but he's in Elysium while you... Oh no.
I signed a pact, lad. Felt the terms were good enough. He could live there, while I'd live here, at least for now. Such deals are most uncommon, and their confidentiality must be upheld. But let's speak no more of this for now, all right? Some other time.
All right.
So does that mean Patroclus wasn't meant to go to Elysium, but Achilles made a deal so that Patroclus could go there? Is that right?
Court is in session now.
So most of these cosmetic things in the Great Hall, West Hall, lounge, bedchambers, and court music are just furnishings for decoration, but... oops, not here. This one catalogs all the fish that you've ever caught.
Let's go with this one then. The head chef certainly is going to need a place to safely care for all the fish I've been hauling in.
After that I checked, this was not Poseidon's domain.
You take good care of them, head chef.
Oh, it just gives me the number. I thought it actually told me how many of each type of fish I caught. That's a little disappointing. So to do some of the Fated Prophecies, I do need to get a certain number of furnishings. So I'll start with some of the cheap ones. Let's clean up the mess that Cerberus made.
Let's go with this one then. Whew, it's a big job having to sweep up after Cerberus sheds everywhere.
It wasn't your fault, Cerberus.
Yeah, don't blame the dog.
Let's go with this. This ought to make the lounge a little more presentable, until Cerberus wrecks it again.
Finally, you cleared the mess you caused. Nephew, I'm mightily impressed with your ability to cull those rivers there of all the denizens of my domain. Your crusty father's not entitled to the bounties of the sea, but on my limitless authority, you are. You have my rod of fishing. Now have this.
What is this?
Ooh. You have a greater chance to find a fishing point inside each chamber. Oh. You're not giving me a choice though, Poseidon, come on.
Alright, let's catch some fish.
I think that's my first legendary boon. See, look, it unlocked a prophecy. Cool, cool.
Lord Poseidon offers you his blessing, it would seem. He can be rather boastful and belligerent, exhibiting the most unattractive manners of your father and Lord Zeus alike.
The power of primordial chaos. A fishing point here.
I can fish here.
Denizens of the deep,
Just
arise.
Cast my fishing rod into this
There.
abyss.
We've got a projelly.
Projelly!
A fine display.
Oh, thanks, Chaos. Looks cute.
Lord Zeus, I bid you please accept my humble offering for all you've done for me.
And for all you've screwed my life over. Indirectly.
Why, that is rather generous of you, and I'm grateful for it, nephew. How good of you to make attempts at reciprocity. Poor Demeter, young man. I still wonder what became of her fair daughter. Ran away with mortals there, perhaps. Some of the tales even more preposterous. Don't go believing everything you hear. And do be sensitive about the subject, Demeter, she's been through quite enough.
Why are you even bringing this up? You're the one that caused the problem in the first place. Hades told me about you bringing this up out of the blue.
Hope I didn't keep you waiting, lady.
Finally. You must have gone and signed a pact. Isn't that right, Redblood? Tell me right now.
Well, as a matter of fact, I have. Though I don't see how that's any business of yours, Electo.
I like working alone, and you don't see me doing that right now, do you? So I would say it's my business, all right, along with killing you.
Did you miss me, Zagreus?
This one is off the record, Zagreus. Come on.
What chance did they have? You earned this fair and square.
Thanks, Dan.
You never saw me.
Goodbye.
I have a simple token for you, Goddess. Although it's insufficient thanks for all the aid you've given me.
You are most gracious, cousin, to extend this offering. You honor me. Yet I would ask you think of your well-being for the time, not mine. I understand you've been in contact with my father. Your Uncle Zeus, I mean. He's taken interest in your plight. You should feel honored.
Oh, I'm so honored. Also, I forgot to mention this before, but I realized that Athena's holding that little owl thing on her hand. I thought it was a chalice. I thought she was holding a chalice up in a really weird way earlier.
Bone Hydra, if you understand me, menacingly hiss. This one's for you, swift and sure-footed messenger of the gods. You make what you do look easy, but I know you're going out of your way. Thank you so much, Hermes.
My rule is not to let things get too personal as far as work-related matters are concerned, cuz. But your family, and, well, you're a right decent chap, I think. Offering up a bit of nectar to me in the middle of all this.
You're welcome, Hermes. You're the man.
Come quickly, boss. You need to hurry up and get out of there. You're running out of time. You're not, really, but it's a bit of motivation, eh?
Oh, hi.
Huh. You mean to fight with me barehanded this time, short one? I'm not ashamed to say the champion himself defeated me in such a manner back when we drew breath.
Wouldn't say the twin fists of Malphon count as empty-handed, sir, though it surprises me to hear you could be beaten in such a way.
I was hungry and unprepared, inexperienced. No longer. Come.
Oh, hi, Father.
Would that you cleaned your chambers with the same devotion you show getting to these heights.
Imagine, if you will, the underworld prince soon meets one of his typical ignoble deaths.
It's just so sad every time. Beats his dad and then walks a couple steps and then dies anyways.
That's Eurydice's song.
Hypnos, this list has a bunch of tasks from I don't know how long ago. I mean, I took several of these last year, and you've already submitted this week's registrations. Why isn't that marked complete?
Don't you know it? I was just about to get to that. Then you showed up and I got so distracted it just kind of slipped my mind. It happens, right?
You need to focus, brother, or it'll be Lord Hades reprimanding you again. And that is not something you want.
Oh, I don't know about that. Last time I talked to Master, he made pretty clear he never wanted to speak to me again.
Hypnos.
Oh, Oof, sorry, Hypnos. Hey, did you see, boy? The old lounge is good as new again. You ought to check it out. Just don't annihilate it like you did last time.
Each savage countenance of Cerberus lights up to hear the news, doubtless beginning to assemble stratagems for ravaging the lounging area once more.
No, I just fixed it.
Don't even think about it, boy. You don't let anybody in or out of this place, do you, boy?
Except for me.
I'm sorry he disturbed you, Cerberus.
Can I give you a nectar? Yes.
Father, I know we can't exactly change the past, but we can try to move forward. Look, I know I'm not even supposed to have this stuff, but everyone likes it. Won't you try it at least? Here, take it either way.
I can dispose of this properly. Speaking of disposal, I've no further need for this here, so rid me of it, why don't you? On your way out.
Oh, you're gonna dispose of that nectar, huh, Hades?
Father, I don't know what to say.
Okay, so this keepsake is good because if I equip it, it makes it so I have a call, and I call Hades. Apparently it's funny if you use it against him too, because you actually can. Unless you overwrite it with another call that you get later, or if you swap the keepsake.
Regarding your responsibilities, our resources director is available to you in my private quarters. Normally, it would be I alone transferring excess resources back into our realm.
Oh, so I unlocked him. Good.
The fabled resources director. So now I get to give away the hard-earned resources I've painstakingly gathered over time.
You get to do precisely that. It is not necessary that you do. But if you wish to rise above your current station, you shall do it.
What's the point in rising above my current station? I thought our work was to be done in secrecy.
Good point.
It is. There is no point but pride, and pride is dangerous. Do what you will. I care not as long as everything gets adequately done.
See, I like the in-game, in-universe, explanations for some of these things.
Sounds great.
So the resources director is basically, you just give him, you pay him certain resources and he gives you increasing titles. It's just for bragging rights, but it's a good sink for the use of all your resources after you've used them all. Although, you have to play this game a lot to get all those resources used up because of the, the housing, the nectar, the side quests. You're gonna need a lot of resources. What do you guys have for me now? Okay.
You sing beautifully, mate. If only Eurydice could hear you singing this right now.
Oh, thanks for the sentiment, my friend. It's just, when I sing this song of hers, I've this feeling where my heart once was that, well, perhaps she can.
Perhaps she can.
So I mentioned that the singing voice for Orpheus is Zagreus' voice actor. Zagreus' voice actor is also the music composer for this game. What a talented dude, man! Composing music and singing and voice acting, and he sounds different when he voice acts compared to when he's singing. It's incredible, that range.
Nyx, I've come to know the god of swiftness, Hermes, though it seems to me he doesn't work directly with the others on Olympus. Do you know him well?
Lord Hermes is a point of contact, yes. Among Olympians, he works the closest with our operations here, and aids with shepherding the souls of the departed to our gates. Accept his help, for he is faithful to our cause.
I get it. Thank you, Nyx.
Hermes is a good dude. Persephone, are you out here? No? I caught a lot of fish last run because of the...
This is not here.
The boon.
Here's the latest cat, chef.
Dang.
Use them wisely, my friend.
Thanks, chef. You're awesome. Meg?
Your father's absolutely right about you, Zag. You are and always will be an insufferable brat.
Oh, thanks, Meg. Love you too.
What's in stock?
I'm just trading keys for nectar now because I don't have a need for keys anymore.
I'll take that deal.
Achilles is not here.
Keeping busy, Resources Director.
Oh, he's so cute. Look at him. Oh, he does not look happy to do his job.
It's been a while, Resources Director. I'll be sure to pay you a visit whenever I'm swimming in underworld valuables and want to feel better about myself in my new role.
Congratulations! You officially serve the House of Hades. Sweet. Earn a fancy badge. Your rank is purely symbolic, carrying no additional responsibilities, though it may induce a sense of pride, which every god should have. I need 1,000 darkness and 10 keys to get the first one.
What if I ask really nicely, Resources Director?
Come on, give it to me. Come on. Come on, don't give me that look. Come on. Come on. Just harassing him. Give me the title, give me the badge. So I also have enough Titan blood, and so I'm going to start buying the aspects of these weapons to kind of enable different gameplay styles. Some of them I won't be using, but some of them are kind of useful. And each weapon has
Stygius, you're revealing your past.
Aspect of Zagreus, which is the default one. You can improve it too. You can upgrade it, which increases its powers. It has 2 aspects that are different. Then it has an unknown aspect that you have to unlock. So to unlock the unknown one, you actually have to unlock the spear unknown one first, which is
should take my spear.
The aspect of Guan Yu. And so to get aspect of Guan Yu, you have to invest a certain number of Titan Bloods into your weapons total. I think it's about 30 of them, but you have to invest them in things that are not aspect of Zagreus. Once you unlock this, first, after you finish doing that, you have to wait for this conversation with Achilles, where he mentions, like, you remind him of some warrior named Guan Yu or something like that. Then you unlock aspect of Guan Yu, and then that will allow you to start unlocking all of these other hidden aspects as well. So I'm going to start by buying these.
Grant me the aspect of Nemesis.
What did you just do?
Grant me the aspect of Poseidon. Zagreus.
Nice saying your own name there, Zagreus.
Alright.
So I'll invest in these. I'll start by buying each aspect, so that's 3 bloods in each one. Then later I'll start investing the other ones once I figure out which ones I like.
Parotha, you were once father's spear. Grant me the aspect of my father.
Oh.
Achilles.
Achilles, nice.
Good to go. Grant me the aspect of chaos.
Hey, what just happened?
Grant me the aspect of Zeus. Me.
Me.
This ought to be good.
Grant me the aspect of Chiron.
This one's really good, actually, because if you hit an enemy with your regular attack, it basically makes it so your special will automatically seek them. So when you do the spread shot, all those arrows will home in on one enemy, so it actually means that you can actually get a bunch of damage, because my problem with the bow is that I don't like charging the regular shot. So I like using the special, but it doesn't do much damage because you only usually hit the enemy with 1 or 2 arrows, unless you stand close to them, so this will allow me to
grant me the aspect of Hera.
Do that.
Myself. Let's punch things up a bit.
Unfortunately, I really do like the fist weapons. I think I'm starting to like the spear more just because the range is a bit better. But unfortunately, I don't really like any of these. And even this one, I think this one's aspect of Gilgamesh. It makes it so you can debuff enemies so they take more damage, but they also deal more damage to you, so I don't know, I don't really like playing that kind of style.
Grant me the aspect of Talos.
What did you do, boyo?
Grant me the aspect of Demeter.
So I mentioned this one earlier, but it's kind of interesting to think Demeter. Could you imagine Grandma using those fists?
Myself. Ready, Exegriff? Grant me the aspect of Eris. Grant me the aspect of Hestia. Zagreus. Alright, I'm ready.
Okay, so I'm gonna invest in some of these weapons a little bit as we go and see which ones I like. And hopefully we'll unlock Aspect of Guan Yu sometime soon so I can start unlocking the other aspects for everyone else. So I have a lot of diamonds now. So I'm going to buy this bat cage. This bat cage is a special item that I think it gives you a bird's eye view of the House of Hades if you want.
I think we'll go with this. These adorable little creatures forced to live in a cage ought to lighten the mood.
Oh, hey.
Those bats are for reconnaissance, not for your mood.
It's kind of in the way. It's like in the middle of the walkway here.
Let's have a bat's eye view.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I wish you could just toggle on the decorations here instead of at the house contractor. And every time you do it at the house contractor, the screen has to fade out and then fade back in to show you changing it. So it's kind of hard to tell the differences right away. And you gotta do all the changes one at a time. So I've only bought a couple furnishings, and you can turn them on or off, but I don't really notice much of a difference yet. You can also open up a new doorway between the lounge and the hallway on the west side, but I think you gotta unlock it by doing like 40 improvements to this place first. It's kinda neat, I guess.
Lady Artemis, I am indebted to you for the strength and cunning you have given me.
Zagreus, I don't know what to say except for thanks.
Hey, hold a moment, Zagreus. I could have sworn you were so close before, but now you're back? Must have tripped up just when victory was close at hand. It happens all the time. We'll get you out of there, you'll see.
This is for you, Master Chaos. Everyone beneath the heavens and earth enjoys this stuff.
We honor you in making such an offering, but please, it is not necessary to endear yourself using material means, for it is the thought alone which counts. I understand the hunting goddess Artemis recently has turned her gaze towards you. It is unexpected she would offer her assistance, even to a relative in need.
I'm back, ladies.
Heads up to Tiffany. I think I found a murderer for you.
Electo's not here. That's interesting. Maybe the room's too small.
Hi. Aw, for me? Really, Your Majesty? This'll be perfect for my latest recipes.
You know, of all the souls I've ever met, I feel like you put this stuff to the best possible use.
What'd he say, hun? I mean about the song. Bet he loved it, didn't he? But I don't know for sure, and I've been wondering. Kind of a lot, I guess.
Oh, so she was aware that we were going to give it to Orpheus. It didn't sound like it when she talked to us last time.
No need to wonder any longer. He sings it beautifully around the house sometimes. It has a sadder sound to it than when you sing, but you've inspired him again, as you've done many times before, from what I know.
Huh, so it's a hit is what you're saying then. I had a feeling about that one. Sometimes you put some words together, and right then and there you know you've got something special. Excellent.
Why, thank you.
Take care, yeah?
Your power and your wisdom have been of such help, good Lady Demeter. I'm honored, and this is the least I can do in exchange.
I was quite certain that the youth today was lacking any sort of tactfulness, young Zagreus. For once, I'm thankful to be proven wrong. The mark of chaos is upon you, isn't it? A force older than I. Yet one which you ought not trust so readily. No rhyme or reason to that one at all.
Whew. Bone Hydra, I hope you know this isn't personal, don't you?
Afraid the Dionysus couldn't be here for you, boss. Though punctuality has never been one of his stronger suits.
You've got this, man. I so believe in you. It's almost like the Greeks believe in me, and they believe in me an awful lot, you know.
Goddess Athena, please accept this gift. Your wisdom ever guides me toward the light.
My, how very generous of you to offer me this gift. I'm very grateful, though I ask that you not go out of your way on my account. Let's please stay focused here. I'll tell you something, cousin. If even Artemis is aiding you, it's proof your cause is just. She doesn't often take an interest in family affairs.
Everyone likes to talk about how Artemis is so aloof.
It's kind of nice out here.
Perhaps the blasted fates shall favor me for once. How arrogant of you to think you are superior to me.
How am I going to beat him?
Well, I didn't have very many good boons that run, unfortunately. I used up a lot of my Death Defiance just on regular enemies in Elysium because I was careless and I didn't have good damage or defense.
That's funny. Nothing on my list at all this time, except I could have sworn I saw you walk right out of the pool back there. I'll have to have this thing looked at.
I guess so.
Oh, Cerberus. Doubtless you deserve the biggest thanks that this house still stands, don't you? Did you enjoy the treat I brought you from the surface?
The surface treat devouring hound of hell provides the Queen a most decidedly affirmative response.
I thought you might. You wouldn't know it wasn't made of meat, I'll bet. I'll see if we can't grow you plenty more.
She gave him a vegetarian treat.
Your Highness, over here. As you may know, lad, I have a connection to the weapons that you use, having once wielded one of them myself. Of course, not knowing its significance back then, but I digress. Sometimes it keeps in touch, and I have a vision from it to impart.
Oh, do you mean a vision from Varatha, the Eternal Spear? That's out of the ordinary, and also a bit concerning. So what did you see?
Well, I saw a great, bearded warrior, bigger than me, pitch black hair, bearing an aspect of Varatha unlike any with which I'm familiar. Then he was gone, but what still lingered were these words. I see you through the eyes of the Crimson Phoenix.
I see you through the eyes of the Crimson Phoenix. I don't understand. What's that supposed to mean?
There's one more thing. This was not my first such vision. Long ago, I saw one of Varatha's other bearers. It was you. Your infernal arms. They must be weapons of the Fates' design. They know already who shall brandish them. Now they ask a favor. Seek Varatha. Speak the words. Go.
I see you through the eyes of the Crimson Phoenix.
Oh, awesome. So now I've unlocked the aspect of Guan Yu, which is the hidden aspect for the spear. And once you unlock that one, you can start unlocking all the other hidden aspects for all the other weapons. Good. Hey, Thani.
Answer me something, Zagreus. What am I to you exactly, as of late? Because sometimes with you,
I'm sometimes at a loss myself, Thanatos. The one thing I know is it's always really good running into you out there. It's, well, exciting. Sparring with you and all that. And then I know it means that I might get to see you here.
Yeah.
Well, here I am. But you didn't answer my question. So you know something? Forget I asked. I've got to go.
No, Zagreus, tell him your feelings. Besides, Thani, you're the one that always leaves immediately after our little contest. You used to stop and talk to me.
Wait.
Huh? Does that mean I'm getting closer to progressing his affinity gauge. I want to give him ambrosia already. It's been far too long.
Hey Orpheus, you've noticed the resemblance between me and Dionysus, haven't you, mate? I'll tell you a little secret, but you have to promise not to tell. We're really the same god. I love a good feast, don't I?
But Zagreus, that is a striking revelation, the connection you describe. I see it. I can see it now. To think the god of wine and you are intricately linked. It isn't obvious, is it?
Oh, there's more to it. A bit grim, really, as I'm a little older than I look. You see, the Titans, they once tore me limb from limb, but then my heart was saved, and that's where Dionysus comes from. That is the connection between us. You understand me, mate?
Your tale stirs my soul. It truly does, my friend. It is a marvel to me that such heroism isn't widely known, and I'm committed to the spread of all such truths.
Dionysus and I appreciate it, mate.
Are we ever going to tell him the truth? I mean, I did mention before that Zagreus is a Greek god that doesn't really have that much information about him, and there's like conflicting texts, and there's bits of him that are shrouded in mystery, so I don't know if there's any like suspected connection between him and Dionysus that kind of leads into this joke, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was.
What are those shades muttering about?
Anyone out here? Meg and Dusa never have anything to say to me anymore.
Oh, hi. Hello, Your Highness. Nice to see you. Thanks.
Bye, Dusa.
I didn't really notice before, but the sound of her, like, leaving, like, it's a really cute sound. It's almost like a rattlesnake, too, which makes sense because of the snakes. I always think of it like a cartoony spider climbing up a rope.
This is my latest haul. Till next time.
You know, pal, when you're not around and it's just me and all your weapons, I mean your infernal arms right over there, between us, they are making me a bit uncomfortable.
Can't blame you, mate. I wouldn't want to be stuck in a chamber with a bunch of legendary, quite possibly malevolent killing artifacts. Anything I can do?
Oh, I didn't mean it like a bad thing, boyo. The weirder you make those things, the more it gives me the shakes and keeps me hopping like this nice and steady till the next time you get back. So thanks.
Sure.
Okay, Skelly, if you say so.
Baratha, I see you through the eyes of the Crimson Phoenix. A new aspect. Who's Guan Yu?
Nice. I'm not sure if I'll unlock it just yet. I'm not sure if I want to waste my Titan blood on something I'm not sure of just at this moment in time, but pretty cool. Now all the other weapons can start unlocking their hidden aspects. Because all these hidden ones, the first requirement is for you to have the aspect of Guan Yu available, and then other NPCs will start saying things to you. So, like, I think, for example, the fists, I think Demeter might be the one that says it to you. And then, so I think for the shield, actually, it's Zeus. Because he has one of these. Oh no, I think it might be Zeus or Chaos. It's one of those two. And then it's probably Artemis for the bow, is what I'm guessing.
My little ladies, you brandish Exegriff, the rail of adamant. That weapon's power was so terrifying that we sealed it away. Oh well, surely its mortal damning secret shall be safely guarded in your hands.
Master Chaos, forebear of the gods, it is an honor to have met you. Please accept this gift.
Seldom do mortals or immortals think of making offerings to me. As I do not expect such token gestures, I am very much amused, and I accept. I am impressed that you were able to procure a specimen out from the flowing currents here in my domain, with nothing but a simple instrument. I shall look forward to your subsequent attempts.
Yeah, who would have thought you could fish in the sea of primordial chaos?
Lady Demeter, I am forever in your debt for the affection that you've shown to me, and for the power you've bestowed.
The everlasting winter means that nectar's been in rather short supply. That you would think of me for such an offering is duly noted, then. You bear the blessing of Poseidon, Zagreus. Someday I shall remind him of his place and freeze his watery domain entirely.
That's kind of scary, Grandma.
Well, if it isn't you.
Hello, sir.
Why, Prince, you being serious right now? Is that from me?
You deserve better, Sisyphus. This really isn't much, but maybe it'll help you while away the days, nights, whatever time it is. Sisyphus, how can you stand it being here like this? You always seem in such good spirits, though.
You push all boldly here sufficient times and you might get a different outlook on things too. With the Furies all preoccupied and with my running into you from time to time, I'm positively doing great lately. I like to take...
Oh, sorry, I cut you off there, Sisyphus.
Certainly, Highness.
Thank you, mate.
Let me talk to Boldy sometime.
Got your message, Close. It says here, hurry up and get out of there already. It's from the surface of the Earth. It says so right here.
Majesty. You read my mind, hon. I go through this stuff awful fast sometimes.
And I, in turn, shall go through your incredible cooking awful fast, given the opportunity.
So, how's Orpheus been doing lately anyway? Still keeping his hair in those neat little curls. I guess his tan must have faded by now.
Curls? Not exactly, no. But he's doing all right. For him. He's started singing again lately, which was a big step. He never used to before. Would go on about how he'd lost his muse.
Yeah, his hair I would not describe as curls, so he's kind of let himself go, I guess. He's also... Well, is he pale? He's kind of grayish, isn't he?
And now he knows I'm out there still, huh? That's... well... Thank you for the update, hon. Music's his gift. Good to know he's not throwing everything away.
Oh, you still care about him.
That one's on me.
So good.
Just ran into the pole there. Go jump.
Bye, hon.
Bone Hydra, I love what you've done with the place.
Well, short one. It seems I must attempt to maim you here so that the king and I might finally stop you at the gates.
You know, you hurt me with this short one business almost as much as with that axe. Why isn't Theseus short one? We're the same height.
Oh no, the king is greater. He is the greatest king of Athens. What are you? A willful son of a fickle god. I am beneath your father's notice, and you are beneath the king's. Now fight me.
This offering is but a trifle, Uncle Zeus, for all your magnanimity.
So fine a gift again, my dear nephew. Would that my sons and daughters on Olympus here would show me such respect from time to time. The Lady Demeter still prattles on about her missing girl, Zagreus. But I want you to understand something, all right? She is gone. We all have grieved. Perhaps Demeter shall finally accept what has occurred, and we can move forward, having grown stronger as a family.
Oh my gosh, stop bringing it up, Zeus. You're the one who caused this problem. Besides, if you knew that Persephone was sent to the underworld, I mean, surely in your mind you might have an inkling that I might be Persephone's son, right? So, I mean, you haven't specifically said that Persephone was related to Demeter, but I mean, you should have known that I would piece it together.
What more could I have even done? Could I have swayed? So, how's Achilles doing lately, stranger? I figured you could tell me since you've all this access to him, and I don't.
He's forced to do my father's bidding, and sworn to secrecy, apparently. I don't pretend to fully understand, but all in all, I think he's doing well. I hope you'll see him for yourself.
You don't fully understand, but hope. I see. Well, if you do get to the bottom of this little mystery at some point, you'll indulge me, won't you?
I'll see what I can do about it, sir.
So I can't give Patroclus any more nectar, so I need to give Achilles 4 more nectars and then I can do their combined story, but I mean Achilles is always there when I return to the House of Hades, which is why I haven't given him any nectars, but I do want to see the two of them through this, so I guess we'll see. It will delay my getting the epilogue for a bit because of nectar, but I think it's worth it.
He returns! There is no greater pleasure in Elysium than vanquishing the likes of you.
You have your mother's perseverance. How is it that you got this strong? Fair. Well.
See you at home, Dad. Bye.
In my father's name.
The Underworld Prince is getting rather good at this, but let us say he perished anyhow.
Why you?
Did pretty well that time.
Hello? Welcome to the House of Hades. Glory and death.
Thanks.
Thought I had you there.
Cerberus makes no attempt to move.
You're my good boy, yes you are.
Seek pity someplace else.
What's up, Dad?
So help me, boy, I cannot fathom why you would have bought back the authority to enter the administrative chamber once again.
I knew you thought I'd never do it under any circumstances, Father. That seemed reason enough. Though fear not, I've no plans to reapply for a position there.
That does alleviate a deeply rooted fear of mine, in fact. The scene you caused in your brief time there yet remains a widely talked about event among the shades who toil for me still.
I'll be sure to say hello.
They never seem to appreciate me when I go there. Should I give him some nectar? I'm kind of low on nectar. Sorry, Achilles, not this time.
Hold, lad. You've regained access to the administrative chamber, right? I never thought you'd want to go in there again.
Oh, believe me, I don't. But I would like to be able to go where I please around here, and confounding Father is another benefit.
Suppose I can see that. Well then, on my quite limited authority, it pleases me to say, you may proceed.
I've had privileges to go back in there for a while now, guys. Come on.
Appreciated, sir.
I love how when I say hi to everyone in there, they just groan. Oh, not even gonna say anything this time? Okay. Bye, guys. Keep working hard.
So if there's anything that I can do for you, Nyx, you need but ask, all right? I plan to pull my weight.
Your services were always welcome here. Please acclimate yourself at your own rate. I am available to answer any questions you may have at any time.
Thank you, my friend. I have to tell you, it's good to be back.
One in the garden. Meg has something to say to me.
May I help you? Excuse me, is there something I can do for you, Prince Zagreus?
It's nothing. I just thought I'd say that was well fought back there.
There's no returning to the way things used to be, Zag. Now, can I offer you some words of advice? Get over yourself, and get ready to die out there next time we meet.
Oh, how I long to to see you face to face. Until such time, however, this old means of keeping touch shall have to do. So you take care now, hmm?
The charms of Goddess Aphrodite are upon you unmistakably. Although I shall be curious to see if her command over one's sense of love shall have any effect beneath the earth.
Lord Ares, please accept this token of my deep appreciation for your generous support.
An offering? For me? Indeed. How gracious that you keep me in your thoughts. Know that likewise I keep you in mine. Would that a sudden scourge of war would help you out of your predicament? Why, I would stir one up for you without a second thought.
Aw, that's so sweet, Ares.
Hi there.
Ugh, I almost want to thank you, Zagreus. I thought you'd never change that blasted pact and leave me here in peace.
Yeah. I've had extreme measures on for most of the last runs, but not this one.
What, you mean you aren't lonely or without Electo's or Tisiphone's companionship? They seem so wonderful to have around.
They're tolerable each to some extent. About as much as I can say for you. Now let's the two of us begin.
Really, even Tisiphone is tolerable?
Wait, she's not singing. It's only me.
That's kind of weird. It's so quiet. There's no music or anything. Have some nectar.
Hey, mighty generous of you to keep me stocked up on this stuff, Your Royal Majesty.
My pleasure. I'm always pleased to see you during my otherwise generally unfortunate travels in Asphodel.
What happens now, hun? What I mean is, now you got me thinking about Orpheus again, so what am I supposed to do with that?
Even if you can't be together right now, I hope it feels better knowing how much he cares for you. And I will try to pull some strings like you said. I can't make promises where my father's concerned, but I'll do everything I can.
I gotta start giving nectar to Orpheus too then, huh?
Well, what can I tell you? Thanks, Your Royal Majesty. That means a lot. No pressure, though. I've been alright without him all this time, and I will be alright no matter what. If only he could say the same.
Aw.
Bye now.
Farewell, Your Majesty.
Bone Hydra. Can I call you Bone Hydra? Lerny, maybe? Lerny, I like that.
Oh, I finally named him Lerny. Look at his health bar, now it says Lerny. That's so cute. Lerny vanquished. Bye, Lerny.
That's all the heads.
You've come, short one. I dreamed of this very moment.
Come on, Asterius, we've fought how many times already? What's there to dream about?
No, I dreamed. And in my dream, there was something I had to tell you. Rather, something you have to tell the weapons you wear on your hands. Tell them, I see you overcome the wild and make peace with death.
Oh, okay, so this unlocks the hidden aspect for the bow, I think. Cool.
Hey, I know what that is. That's a waking phrase. So I'm to speak it to Malphon. Wait, why are you helping me?
Oh, it's for Malphon. Oh, cool, even better. I love the fists. Although, I think the aspect of Gilgamesh, which is the last one for the fists, I don't think I'll use, because it makes enemies get a debuff, where I think they take more damage, but they also deal more damage to you, and I'm not a high-risk type of person.
I don't know whether I'm helping you or not, but in my dream, an ancient hero fought a beast of a man, bare-handed. They became friends in the end, after a great battle. I long for a fight like that.
Oh, okay, so that must be Gilgamesh and Enkidu. Cool, cool.
Please, Lord Uncle Zeus, accept this gift of nectar in your honor, though it is such a pittance in comparison to all the generosity you've shown.
I'm very pleased to see a show of such respect and admiration for your uncle, Zagreus. You'll go quite far here on Olympus with an attitude like that. Not everyone's as mannered, nor as wise.
Bribery works wonders, these.
I know just how much you must want out there, young man. And I want that as well. Good thing for you, as I get what I want around here. Ask anybody.
You again. Never quite considered. You're related to the gods upon Olympus, aren't you, stranger? I should be far more careful around you.
What do you mean by that, sir? Though, yes, my father being who he is, it means I have a lot of uncles, cousins, and the like up on the surface there.
Well, you would be wise to watch yourself with some of them, I think. Don't get on anyone's bad side if you can help it. Which, when I yet lived, none of us could.
You ever wonder how I got this fast, cuz? Lots of practicing, I'll tell you that. And being born unnaturally quick, I guess.
There are a myriad of tales to be told, of both great deeds and of vainglorious defeats. And this has been a tale that falls somewhere in the middle overall.
I like how each ending text has like a single word title to describe it. Kind of like how when you begin your run, if Hades speaks, there's like a single word that summarizes whatever he says at the beginning. Since there's so much in this game, I guess there's...
Please, everybody, hold your applause.
Needs to be a way to keep track of things, huh?
Hey, you look like you could use some sleep.
Does that mean there's a cutscene waiting for me in the bed?
Congratulations, boy.
Thanks, Dad.
It's my great pleasure to make your acquaintance. Call me Dusa, please. I'm your house custodian, and I am at your service. Anything you need, just call, okay?
Dusa, wonderful to know you. This house is immaculate. Night and day difference from before. Now I know exactly whom to compliment.
Thanks so much. I will not let you down.
Thank you in turn.
Bye, Dusa.
So, you had a run-in with the Minotaur out in Elysium, did you? Perhaps the only soul within this realm more bull-headed than you.
Aha.
How long have you been waiting to use that line, Father? Wouldn't put it past you to have sent the Bull of Minos to Elysium entirely so we could have this conversation now.
You give me too much credit, boy. The Minotaur resides where he resides because of an entirely different arrangement.
He's working for you, isn't he? You think he can stop me?
Most in Elysium jump at the opportunity to do my bidding. Not that you know what that is like. Now go, see how you fare against the bull.
I've already beaten him. Many times. Oh. Achilles, you're not here. Is anyone ever in this room?
Just checking up on things.
Okay, bye guys. Keep working hard.
Orpheus, you have to hear this straight from me. I vanquished my own father on the outskirts of the Temple of Styx, at the surface. I know how this looks since I'm back here, and so is he. You believe me, don't you?
Don't you have more important things to tell him? Like what Eurydice said?
Of course I do, my friend. Though you must know your father has requested his relationship to you be kept quite clandestine. You'll understand if I not sing your praises in this case, won't you?
Fine, alright. Somehow I always knew, you know, that you were not my birth mother. I mean, look at Hypnos and Thanatos. There's no way that I could have been related to them. Everybody knew, and yet, when I finally learned for certain, it was still a shock.
I always knew, in turn, that you would learn the truth of it eventually, and I was fearful of what would occur after that time arrived. I'm grateful it has come and gone. Though, tell me, I still find I call you child. Is your preference that I cease to use such terms from this point on?
No, Nyx, please, it's quite alright. You may not have given birth to me, but you still cared for me. I never doubt that. Likewise, are you sure it's alright that I continue to address you by name?
It is more than all right, my child.
Yay. Thanks, other mom. Hey, Meg.
It's embarrassing enough having returned here, much less to be seen talking to you.
Okay.
Head chef.
Chef.
I come to you bearing aquatic beasts.
Ooh, a diamond.
Always a pleasure. Malphon, I see you overcome the wild and make peace with death. The hidden aspect of an ancient god king, Gilgamesh.
That was super dramatic and cool. See, it inflicts maim. Foes take 25% more damage, but deal plus 50% damage more for 4 seconds, then take a burst of damage. I mean, it could be good. I'll try it sometime, since I do like the fist weapons. Oh, Exogryph again.
Go on, boyo, shoot me. Let's see you do it.
I wish they alternated these darkness buffs on these weapons, not randomly, but a little bit semi-randomly, so that they would all get a turn before they start doing duplicates. Well, I can finally afford this Plunder Superior.
I like the sound of this one here, good contractor. Go make it happen.
I give the orders around here.
I've been using more Infernal Troves if I see they give health or coins or darkness, just because usually it's not too difficult and I get healed after.
Say, word has reached me that you squared against one known as Theseus, now champion there in Elysium. He was a handful even when he lived. So much so that my honored brother Zeus, he took to calling him my son. Can you believe the nerve?
As I remain committed to my task, Goddess, I'm reminded none of this would have been possible without your aid. And so, I must give thanks, even if through a meager offering.
I know there isn't much that you can do to show your gratitude at present, Zagreus. But I would ask that you save it for when your task is complete. You've more important matters to attend to now. You've met the Master of the Seas, Poseidon, haven't you? Our uncle's affable but quick to anger. Be on your guard with him is my advice.
Lord Ares, it is my privilege to have met you and have learned your death-inflicting way.
I do appreciate this gift to me, although you really shouldn't have. The suffering which you inflict is ample compensation in itself. I trust that Thanatos is doing well, although he brings to mortals merciful release, whilst I most certainly do no such thing. I do appreciate his take on it.
Good morning, or whenever.
Hey, sir.
Wow, Your Highness, you really shouldn't have. Thank you for not forgetting about me.
You're always a sight for sore eyes out here, Sisyphus. Thank you for always believing in me.
Look here, Baldy. Prince Zed himself has come to visit us.
Do I get to talk to Baldy?
Does Baldy really keep you company? Personally, I would resent a giant boulder that keeps tumbling back down a hill after I push it all the way up there.
Oh, Baldy's not so bad. I mean, he's a good listener, a good shoulder to lean on, doesn't wield a whip. I rightly can't complain. Good having company down here.
Right. I hope you're not just growing delusional.
Here you are.
Thank you, mate.
You're not gonna let me talk to Baldy? Baldy? Hey, Baldy? Hey, Baldy? Okay, bye, Baldy.
I'm back, ladies.
Erinye's ready. I've got a lot to be thankful for, you know, Red Blood. Your daddy could have shut you in the lowest pits, and then we never would have met.
Perish the thought, Alecto. What would you have done with yourself if not for all our fated encounters?
I don't know. I mean, before we met, I've laid all sorts of other trash down here. But lately I've been keeping them waiting because of you.
Zang! I heard you got to Orpheus. He's got this whole entire ballad now about how you are really me, or maybe it's the other way around. I have no idea. Here.
Orpheus made a ballad already, and it's already spread so far that Olympus can hear it? That's pretty impressive. The song different?
Come on now.
It's not about me and Dionysus, is it? Okay, no, this is the same song. I just arrived at a different part.
Thanks, Your Majesty. Though, you're not gonna get in trouble bringing me this stuff, are you?
No, I don't think I can get into more trouble at the moment. May this make your dishes that much more delectable.
So I think that's the last nectar I have for her, at least until I progress her plot by reuniting her and Orpheus.
You know, I've never met a nymph before. You're closer to the gods than mortals, right?
Yeah, gods that can die. How is that fair? It was just a stupid snake bite in my case. Can you imagine something more embarrassing? You're just minding your business, and then snap, you're dead and on your way down here.
I know the feeling better than you might expect.
Well, I was going to end up here sooner or later. Might as well while I'm still looking good. Though, I guess you do kind of get to lock in whatever age when you register. Bet everybody dying of old age pushed that one through.
You get to lock in your age when you register? That's pretty nice.
You got it.
So when you die, you can choose which age you want to appear in the afterlife in this world.
Okay, bye.
Let's go visit Lerny. Now that he has a name.
You don't mind if I call you Lerny from now on, right? I'll take that as a no, not at all. Thank you for asking, Fred.
Bye, Lerny.
Hydra heads were never meant to fly.
Hey, so I kind of placed a bet with the old boatman, my associate that is, that you could beat him in a fight twice in a row. No pressure or anything, but just in case you prove me right one of these days, I would appreciate it, cuz.
Alright, Hermes, we'll see if we can take on Charon again. I want to fight Charon again, but he has not had the option to do so in a while. And usually, when I do see it, it's like right at the beginning of Tartarus when I have no boons. So, we'll see how that goes.
You choose to challenge me again. Not many in Elysium so dare. Then I accept.
Wait, I never challenged you. The entrance to your chamber looks like any other pathway in Elysium. I have no quarrel with you, sir.
To step into my chamber is to challenge me. It is a custom since the time I lived and breathed in darkness. I will send you into such a darkness now. What shall it take? What shall it take for you to... Well done, boy.
Thanks, Dad. It kind of makes me think of Kratos when he says boy like that.
In my father's name.
That's a pretty good build, actually, that run.
Blood of the Titans.
With Exegryph, I always really depend on those Daedalus hammer upgrades.
Just when his victory was all but certain, a fissure opens underneath the feet of the ill-fated prince, and from it vents a cloud of superheated water vapor. Steam, as it is known. And probably you know what happens next.
No.
That's horrible. Like a geyser opens up underneath him and blasts. What a way to go, man. That's horrifying.
Well, that was pretty good, all in all.
I don't have any nectar to give anyone now. But I'm done with Eurydice and Patroclus, so that's good.
Our work is never done.
And if you ever need anything at all, Your Royalness, you can always find me wide awake right over there. Though I really shouldn't leave my post like this, not even for you.
I truly appreciate it.
Okay, thanks, Hypnos. You're so unreliable.
The ever-faithful Cerberus remains resting steadfastly in his spot.
You've always been there for me, boy. Father, you always said the Olympians wanted nothing to do with our kind. But doesn't Chiron work directly with Hermes? Maybe it's you who wants nothing to do with them.
I want nothing to do with them, correct. My hasty nephew assists Chiron out of necessity alone. Not even Thanatos is able to keep up with the rate at which mortals expire and must then cross our borders.
Want me to pitch in? Just give me your blessing and I'll head straight for the surface.
No, I think not, boy. You are born of this realm. The surface is a windswept waste. You don't know how good you have it here.
You're right, I don't.
There's a lot of Greek gods of death. Because like Thanatos is about death, Ares is about war, and then Hermes delivers them to Chiron, who ferries them down here, who then Hades has to check in and look after. It's a lot. You're not here?
Not as comfy as it looks. I don't suppose the name Skelly happens to mean anything to you, does it, Nyx?
He's never asked anyone else about Skelly. No one else has ever interacted with Skelly but me. I mean, other than Achilles mentioning him. Maybe he's a figment of my imagination or something, you know?
It means nothing to me at all, my child. Though, why do you invoke such names within this house? Who is this Skelly, and what do you presume is the connection that exists between us?
Like, he's right in the courtyard. No one else ever goes out there to see him.
Oh, well, essentially he's an animated skeleton who shows up just outside my bedchambers and lets me practice with my weapons on him. I sort of figured that you put him up to it. So, it wasn't you?
Yeah, I got this animated skeleton, just popped up in my room, wants me to beat him up, comes back every time. Pretty cool dude, pretty chill.
Achilles moved throughout these chambers under my own shroud, if you must know. And thus you have in your possession the infernal arms. But I have not exerted further influence than that. Is this skeleton to be trusted, then?
I think so. I don't know. He seems alright.
He seems alright. I like how Skelly's name is also just Skelly. Like, they didn't bother giving him some cool Greek name or anything like that. It just sounds so ridiculous.
Achilles, something awakened in Baratha when I spoke the words. It revealed to me a form I'd never seen, wielded by the warrior called Guan Yu, handsomely dressed, and just as you described. That's no Greek name, is it?
No, I don't think so, lad. I don't know who this Guan Yu is, or where he's from, or even when he's from. But the Fates must have a plan for him and you. Anyway, I think my part in this is ended. Baratha served you well, no? I trusted it in life. I trust it now. Fear is for the weak.
Fear is for the weak.
Well said. Hey, but since we're Greek gods, do we only look after Greek people? Like, kind of like in God of War, how there's like Greek gods and then there's Norse gods, and they seem kind of like they rule over separate areas? Or do we rule over all humans? It's a good question. This Deuce is not around. I should buy this one. How many diamonds do I have? Oh, I have a lot of diamonds. I'm saving some diamonds because you need at least 12 of them to progress through a bunch of characters' quests, like reuniting Orpheus and Eurydice, freeing Sisyphus, reuniting Achilles with Patroclus. All of those require things that you need to pay for with diamonds later on, so that's why I don't want to spend too much. So this one is Gateways of Erebus. They're kind of like Gateways of Chaos. What you do is when you see a gate, you can hop into it, and the challenge is you have to clear those rooms without taking any damage at all. And if you do that, then you get like a prize, and if you don't, then you fail. So I guess I'll unlock this just because it's expensive and adds more to the chambers. We'll try it out later.
Alright. If this isn't a good expenditure of resources, then I don't know what is.
Of all the things, you think that takes priority?
Erebus is also the place where Chiron fights me. That's where he teleports me to duke it out.
Someday you'll gain the surface, Zagreus, and you shall see firsthand what mortal kind has wrought. You'll find it has some commonality with your domain.
I felt a shiver in the air just now, and that can only mean that chilly Demeter decided to give you a little help there, huh? Or maybe it's just cold. I mean, this is a mountaintop.
It's time.
can't stay long, so how about we get this business over with?
Okay, I have Aspect of Guan Yu on, and it makes my spear stronger, but it makes it so I have lower maximum health and less healing overall, so it's been really hard to push my HP up.
I'll handle this.
Got it under control, thanks.
I mean, it is pretty strong, but it's also slower too, like in terms of attack speed. I don't think I like it, but I do get an achievement for beating, or for reaching Cerberus with this equipped. I don't have to beat Hades with it, so we'll see how this lasts.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Hang on to this for me.
Will you talk to me this time? Ooh, you will.
About when we last spoke, I care about you, Thanatos, a lot. Though you asked what you are to me, how am I supposed to even answer that?
I don't know. Sometimes I miss not feeling anything. Can't always trust what feelings say. I get to thinking, are we only friends, or... Look, this is embarrassing.
To think discussing feelings would be even harder than annihilating Father's forces. But I've been asking myself the same thing, Fan, if it's any reassurance.
Well, if you come up with any answers, I guess let me know. Good running into you.
Keep the sound of the beating heart in the background is so distracting.
You too. It's just the edge I need.
None of these are super useful.
That'll do.
See, my max life only went up by 7 instead of 25. So, a lot of people ship Zagreus and Thanatos, and I like them too, but it's such a popular ship that I thought there'd be more to it in the game. Like, their conversations are cute, but they're so far and few in between, and they're so short. Like, for a person like me who really likes story development, like, I don't really see the relationship. But I think a lot of fandoms tend to do that, right? You can have, like, the vaguest relationship between two characters, and people can ship them, and then they'll produce really good content. And usually the more you see of that good content, people write fanfics, or great comics, or great art, or talk about it with these headcanons, it grows and grows and grows and gets even better. Even bigger than it is in the actual series that it originated from, and I think that's kind of interesting.
I'm back.
I thought I'd never get some quiet time again, you know, Red Blood? That damned pact you stupidly agreed to, making me work with my sisters again. I'll get you for that.
I'm sensing a pattern that it really doesn't take much for you to have something to get me for, does it?
Oh, that's rich. How smart of you. You're smart. You know what? I'll get you for that, too.
Achilles thinks that I'm the god of blood?
Well, that's interesting. So we finished Thanatos' codex entry, and it says here, Thanatos would never speak of this, but it is clear to me whence came the bond they share. My thought is that the Master's son must be the god of blood, of life. Thus, they are inexorably drawn. So, because Zagreus isn't really the god of anything, and like even the actual mythology, it's a little bit vague because of the conflicting texts and stuff. So, I think for Achilles to think that Zagreus is the god of blood, I mean, I think it's a really interesting connection, because I mean, I do just slay things, right? But in a way, blood is also life, right? So it doesn't always have to be like death and blood, but that would make me have this connection with Thanatos, the god of death. So I think that's a really interesting observation.
You know that saying, don't be hasty, boss? That comes from me, I swear. A little way to stave off competition masquerading as the wisdom of a sage. Those stupid mortals will buy anything.
Hermes. Such a trickster.
I often remember that there's sweetness in this world only by your grace, Lady Demeter. I'm thankful that we've grown closer through all this.
So with this, I should max out her gauge at 6, and she can't go past to 7 until after the epilogue, so I don't need to do her favor.
You would make further offerings to me. Even though I have made quite clear I've lately not been at my charitable best, young Zagreus. You're either naive, or you're much too kind. Or both.
Come on, Grandma.
Hear me on my authority. Lady Athena, I know there's more at stake for you in this than just my plight. You care so much about this family. That care and your determination spurs me on. I'm ever grateful.
Perhaps there really is no time quite like the present when it comes to showing thanks to one another, my dear cousin. You've opened my eyes to the possibility, though I remain steadfast in my resolve to fight for you.
So now I'm 6 with Athena as well.
Olympus, I accept this message. Why must we always fight like this, Lerny?
Bye, Lerny.
Lovely chatting with you, Lerny dear. Rematch?
I shall never yield the title champion of Elysium to the likes of you.
Okay, so I finally made it to Cerberus with Aspect of Guan Yu. So when I hand over the Satyr Sack, I get a Faded Prophecy.
The fearsome Cerberus accepts the Satyr Sack.
I can go.
Okay, but man, I don't like Aspect of Guan Yu because it's strong, but the attacks are super slow, and you get minus 70% HP and minus 70% healing. So even though you start with a lower HP, you can't climb your way back up with the Centaur Hearts. It's really hard. You can see I used up a whole bunch of my Death Defiances. I used up like one on the Hydra, I used up one on Theseus, I replenished it at the Charon's Well, and I used 2 in the Temple of Styx because I kept getting poisoned in these tiny rooms.
I'm out of here.
So I'm gonna probably lose to Hades. I think I'll try just in case. This is 0 heat, so I don't get anything special from this. I do get the Ambrosia for making it here with Aspect of Guan Yu.
Take good care of her other form.
I'm not using that again.
What have you done with my ancient weapon, boy? I sense Varatha's form there in your feeble grip, but there's some garish power you've awakened in it, haven't you?
Oh, just took a splash of Titan blood at the right time was all. There's more to your ancient weapon than you gave it credit for, I guess. Though let's not keep it waiting, no?
No, let's not. Gygaros is the mightier weapon with none of the treacherous past. It needs no fanciful shape-shifting tricks to run you through. Behold.
No!
I handled myself fairly well. Yes, I'm still gaining godhood. It's been a while since I've died. Yeah, and I might as well stack it if I'm dying, right?
Ah, he's strong, I'll give him that.
Oh, hey, Than. You ready to start a romance with me yet?
Hypnos, really, that is the worst idea I think I've ever heard. Do you understand how little sense that makes?
I'm just saying, maybe if you just, I don't know, had all the mortals die at the same time, it'd save you a bunch of trips, and we'd have more time to spend together, huh?
I don't know why I bother with you, honestly. Get back to work, and let me do the same.
Oh. Hey, welcome.
Chased away my boyfriend.
Mother, just how long has it been snowing on the surface, do you know? Because it seems to me that Demeter, grandmother I should say, well, it's been very cold up there each time I've been.
I was afraid of that. I wanted to believe the snow about my cottage. It was native to the climate there, but seems that Mother took my absence harder than I thought. Oh, what have I done? All those poor people.
How long has... Because it's been a while, because Persephone went back a long time ago and she was able to have a kid. So that just means that it's been like eternal winter up there.
It's not your fault. You couldn't have known. And we can fix this, right?
We can and shall.
I still find it so interesting that they made Demeter the representative of snow, because she's like the harvest god, but like they say, like, oh, but she can give harvest and take away harvest, so that makes sense, but
The prince and Cerberus exchange a look.
just kind of a unique spin on it.
Are you the one whom I should thank for this most wondrous music stand, my friend? Why, it is positively splendid, isn't it?
Orpheus, I got that for you a really long time ago.
A renowned court musician ought to have the finest means available, I think. I'm pleased you like it, Orpheus. Though, tell me something. How can it play your music when you're not even here?
Who can explain the secret art of Daedalus, my friend? Know only that whenever it produces music for your listening enjoyment, that the sound you hear is coming from my soul.
Amazing. And a bit unsettling.
I think it's also neat because I mentioned this a little earlier, but the singing voice for Orpheus is the voice actor for Zagreus, but then also the composer for the game. So it kind of makes sense that Orpheus is creating all this music for us, and that, you know, like, you can listen to all this music, even when he's not around. And it's not just because of, like, the stuff that's vocalized with singing, but everything, because he actually composed it all.
Nyx isn't around. The head chef always wants fish.
May I help you somehow, Zagreus? Because if not, why don't you leave me be?
Oh, thanks for talking to me, Prince. I have to go.
Until next time. Look at what I caught, chef. Seems fair enough. Greetings, Roger.
Oh, Achilles isn't here either. Everyone's gone. Talk to me, guys. Talk to me. Every time I can afford something from these guys, they have the exclamation mark over their heads, and it bothers me because it makes it look like they have new things to sell, but they don't. Oh.
Who am I to question fate? The Frostfair blade. What a weapon.
Okay, so I'm not using that one again. I also have this one now. Defeat Kiro in 2 successive battles in a row against him. Reuniting Orpheus and Eurydice is there. I need to reach the surface with Aspect of Gilgamesh, which I think will be okay. It doesn't deplete my health. I still haven't found this one mini-boss from Styx, because I don't always take on the mini-bosses there. Alright, so we made some pretty good progress this episode. We finished with Demeter, and I'm on Hermes' 7th heart, giving out a lot of nectar out to the other Olympians. We're getting close to unlocking their favors as well. Got up to 6 hearts, I believe, with Eurydice and Patroclus, so we're about ready to progress them by also giving nectar to Achilles and Orpheus. We've unlocked Aspect of Guan Yu and Aspect of Gilgamesh, so I still have a couple more I need to get through. Really enjoying this game. It's a really fun game. It's really addicting too. I keep telling myself I'm gonna put it down for a bit and play something else, but I just keep going back to it. And I feel like if I leave it for too long, I'm gonna forget how to play, and then I'll need to develop that muscle memory again. But I really enjoy this game because it's really well balanced. Like, there's so many different ways to play it. There's so many different play styles. You got to adjust to the RNG, but even no matter what the random generator gives you, you can still work with it, which is, I think, is really fantastic. I've been watching a few speedruns of this game and some developer commentary to go along with them, which really puts it in perspective. I really enjoy hearing people talk about games and how they make them. So I'll leave this episode here for now, and I'll continue next time with more nectar giving and progression of the story, and then hopefully we'll make our way to the actual epilogue and actually wrap up this game for good, and hopefully even finish up our storyline with Thanatos and Orpheus, Eurydice, Achilles, Patroclus, maybe Sisyphus. I'm not sure if I'll do Chaos and Nyx because you need like 3,000 darkness to do that last step of theirs, and I don't think I'm going to farm up all that soon. So, thanks so much guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.